Right. Good afternoon once again, everyone, and thank you for joining us today. Once again, my name is Lisa, and I'm the Regional Recruitment Officer for University of Glasgow. Right. So today I'm going to share with you a bit about study in Scotland. So I will let you see some of the nice video about the scenery in Scotland itself, and later on I will share with you a bit more on studying with the University of Glasgow. Right. Okay, so welcome to Scotland. For the benefit of those that are not aware where Scotland is, if you look at the maps, then you know that this is basically the UK maps. Yeah, so Scotland is actually on the northern parts of the United Kingdoms. Yeah, so if we look at these maps, okay. Now, some of you might know, some of you might not aware, actually Scotland is officially the most beautiful country in the world. Yeah, so they are actually being voted as one of the very, very nice places to go to, especially those that love nature, love culture, and love some ancient history. You can actually find a lot of that within Scotland itself. Okay. I will show you a short video. This is to basically to share with you about Scotland. Yeah, so just a few minutes of video. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed the short video just to let you see some of the places around Scotland, yeah, different cities, different countries. Those are places that if you choose to study in Scotland, you can actually visit, okay? Now, Scotland actually hosts about 18 universities, yeah. There are 4 ancient universities, yeah. Glasgow is one of them, Edinburgh, St Andrew, and Aberdeen. Yeah, as you can see, the year they founded is actually in the 14th century and 15th centuries, okay? And then there are 2 Russell Group University, yeah, University of Glasgow and University of Edinburgh. So within the Scotland region side, you can find very prominent universities. Okay, now. Scotland also hosts a lot of international or large scale festival every year. Okay, at different city they will have different events going on throughout the year. Okay, including those world largest art festival. Usually it's happened at Edinburgh, the capital cities. Yeah, they also host Commonwealth Games. Yeah, and some other sport event at different places in Scotland. Okay, so it's actually a very vibrant places to go to. Okay, now beside that, you can actually find both old and new in the sense, yeah. Those that love to explore, like places like Castle, there are plenty for you to explore to at different cities around Scotland. You can find big and small city as well, yeah. Traditional as well as moderns. Okay, city of Glasgow itself actually is one of the biggest city in Scotland, although we are not the capitals. Yeah, so Edinburgh is the capital, and you can also find very, very beautiful countrysides. Yeah, when you explore further out from the city itself. Okay, and also if you notice, Scottish people are very innovative. Okay, a lot of what we are using at current modern times is actually also invented in Scotland itself. Yeah, these are few of the example that you can see. Okay, telephones. Yeah, okay, televisions. Okay, modern economic. Adam Smith. Okay, these are some of the things, and MRI scanner mostly used in hospital settings. Okay, these are a lot of inventions. So this is just to let you see some of them that actually is invented, yeah, in Scotland. Okay. This is another quick video just to share with you what students say about studying in Scotland.
Scotland universities welcome the world.
My name is Xiaohong Li. I come from China.
I'm from Chennai, India.
I am from Nigeria.
I am from Malaysia.
I'm from the San Francisco East Bay area.
And I came here from Germany, but I was born in Turkey.
My name is Katie Summers. I'm 21. I'm from Peterhead in Aberdeenshire.
I would tell my parents about the weather right here.
I found it's very easy for me to make friends in Scotland because the people are very nice and you got the chance to meet other people all around the world.
And then the foods, the whiskey, and then the kills.
Yeah, it's quite different from China, and I think it's going to be a good experience.
Scotland is so multicultural and international, and the fact that it is perfect for student life, really.
I've met a lot of international students through university, and a lot of them have become lifelong friends.
I chose to study at Aberdeen because of the opportunities they give to the undergrads.
I decided to study in Scotland because the course I chose, the course I wanted, is offered at Undergraduate University.
The people in Scotland are really friendly, and I feel a sense of belonging, which creates a really comfortable environment to live in.
What I learned from classmates is incredibly valuable and more than a textbook could have ever taught me.
It's so much easier to make friends here than in India. Do you know that?
If you just walk on the street, of course, there's people who are talking to you, but it's strangers and they will say hi and smile to you. And then it's just like, I found out Scottish is really happy and friendly and easy to get close to.
The Scotland feels like home to me because, I was in London last week and I couldn't wait to get back in here in Aberdeen.
On Fridays, I like to put on Nigerian native wear. To remember my home country.
I brought spices from India so that I can make food for my friends.
I think I brought my punctuality here from Germany. Well, that's probably about all the culture I brought, but you don't have to bring very much culture here. The culture is all around you.
The Scottish phrases I've learned so far are "it's in a can," "heat banger,"
Bra, we, little we.
And then I know, drink.
Could I get a wee cup of tea, or just have a wee break here, or something like that?
International students would probably think that people in Scotland are very chatty, but that's just because we're really friendly and we like to meet new people.
Our diversity defines us and we celebrate that.
Scotland welcomes the world.
Scotland welcomes you.
Scotland welcomes me.
Share the welcome.
Share the welcome.
Get involved and share the welcome.
Okay, right. So I hope you enjoy the sharing by some of the students that study at various university in Scotland. Yeah. So in terms of the academic wise, you can actually find campuses whether you like city campus or you prefer something else. Yeah, big and small. Okay, and some of the specialized area. So Scottish University actually provide all that. Okay. Then if you know, yeah, the Scotland, although is governed by England, but then it's not governed from England, but not by England. So meaning that the Scotland itself have their own parliament. They also have their own education system. So it's slightly different from the UK side. The undergraduate study typically is a 4 years programs, yeah, where the structure itself actually on your early years, like your first 2 years usually, is provide a breadth of early years of studies. So you can actually do some joint honors, or you can actually combine some subjects from other area of interest. And they provide further depth into your academic in the later years. The flexibility is available actually for students that wish to sort of switch after their first year, for example, within the same school or within the similar programs, yeah. And they have a very high graduation and employment rate as well. As for their postgraduate study, typically is postgraduate thought is about 12 months, whereas postgraduate research range from about 3 to 4 years. Okay. Now, so employment opportunity, of course, is available throughout Scotland as well. Yeah, qualification from Scottish University usually is pretty standard throughout the world. Okay. All international student, of course, is similar to the UK side where you're entitled to work during your studies. There's about 20 hours, yeah, that you can work per week. Okay. Then they also, each of the universities, they provide very good supports for international students that wish to find out about career plannings or job seekings. Okay. Then a lot of their basically industry relation and collaboration is actually ranked pretty high around the world as well. And the graduates are highly sought after. Okay. Here is another quick video just to give you another view in terms of study in Scotland. Okay.
Now is a place where hope calls home. Now is compassion and freedom to roam. Now builds bridges, now breaks down walls. Now is new thinking, now gives its all. Now is the heart, the soul and the head. Now is the town you'll want to paint red. Now makes the future, now bangs the drum. Now is the welcome for all those who come. Now is silence and breathtaking sights. Now bucks the trend. Now fights for rights. Now is new jobs. Now inspires youth. Now faces up to an inconvenient truth. Now more than ever is what the world needs. Now is the hope that our country feeds. There is no waiting. Scotland is now.
I hope sharing with you a few videos earlier will give you a better idea about Scotland places as well as the university sites as well. Okay. Now, as moving towards Glasgow, yeah. If you know where's Glasgow, it's actually very close to Edinburgh. Yeah. So we are also within I would say about 45 minutes by train. Okay, to Edinburgh, and Scotland's Glasgow city is actually Scotland's largest city, so they host about close to about 600,000 populations. Okay, then what you see in the picture, this is basically the view of the universities. Okay. Now, University of Glasgow is one of the ancient universities. It was established in 1451. It's still one of the top 100 universities. And these are basically the current ranking. And the University of Glasgow is also a member of the Russell Group Research Intensive University in the UK. Current population at the university stand about 35. I think it's moving toward about 33, moving to about 35,000 students, and they are coming from about 140 countries around the world. Some of the ranking in terms of the subjects. This is just to show you a few, yeah, on the top 5, mainly in the area of such as like vet medicine, dentistry, sports science. Yeah, there are also other programs that you can actually find out more in terms of the subject ranking wise in the UK by using the complete university guide. Okay. Now, City of Glasgow is actually UNESCO City of Music. Okay? So they host a lot of international music events throughout the year, big scale. Yeah, it's also a culture and also creative center of the UK. And noted that it's actually voted the world friendliest city in 2021. So people there, I would say not only Glasgow, but in general, Scottish people are very, very friendly. So it's very easy to get along with students that coming to study, whether in Glasgow or other city in Scotland. You will not get too much in terms of culture shocks, those kind of things. Yeah. So City of Glasgow also hosts a lot of international events. The latest one would be the UNESCO this environmental conference that back in 2021. Yeah, so they also host a lot of like sport events. Okay, so Euro 2020 was hosted in the city of Glasgow itself. Okay, and not to forget those that love to watch movie. You can actually find a lot of places that actually being used for filming. Okay, this is just few. You can actually go to the website People Make Glasgow, yeah, where you'll be able to find some of the very interesting places in Glasgow that's Hollywood's actually use them for filmings. Okay, so these are some of the latest one. Okay, I think Batman is one of the things that is coming up. Yeah, it's actually one of the scene I think is being filmed at Necropolis. Okay, Necropolis is actually an ancient cemetery that is actually very close to. If you see the picture on the left here, this is where the first history of University of Glasgow started. So this is currently, there's no teaching over there, but it's being preserved. It's actually a church, yeah. So you can actually attend the service there if you wish to. Okay, it's very interesting. If you go there, you'll be able to find or track back the very early history of University of Glasgow. Yeah, so this is before we move to the West End. Okay. Right, I'll show you another short video. This is just to show you a glance of the city of Glasgow itself. Okay. So this is a quick view. Now, what you see at the current slide, this is the view of the University of Glasgow. So essentially, you can see it's actually an open space. Yeah, this is our ancient buildings. Okay, but classes is some of the classes is actually conducted here. So meaning that it's being fully used currently, including some of the modern or upcoming facilities. What you see slightly on the top here, this is our Wilson Medical Building, and slightly on the bottom here, this is James Watts School of Engineering. Yeah, and this is our library, and as well as some of other school which is at the back here. Okay, so the whole compound here is actually the university itself. Okay, and there's actually a new building here, JMS Learning Hubs. It's actually ready, but it's not on this picture. Yeah, so student can actually use some of the modern university within the modern facility within the university itself. Okay. Right. I will move on first. Yeah. Then I will answer your questions later. Okay. Now, some of the subject area that cover both for undergraduate and postgraduate actually is pretty large. Yeah. This is just a few. Yeah. Oops. Yeah. So from the social science, arts, science and engineering, as well as clinical program and life sciences is actually available within the university itself. And there are flexibility, meaning that we have a single as well as joint honors programs. Okay. The general guideline basically for entry requirements, usually they will look into like A-level. Yeah. So A-level from international standard, for example, or Singapore side. So they look into like H1, H2, H3 subject as well. Okay. And for postgraduate in general, they look into an average of second upper honors. Then for those who wish to do PhD is pretty similar as well. Okay. For those that are unable to actually gain a direct entry into the university, don't lose heart. There is a foundation as well as a pre-master program available through our partner Glasgow International College that managed by Kaplan International. right? So if you are unable to gain a direct entry, your next option will be to seek further advice from the Kaplan side, from Glasgow International College. Okay. English requirements is part of the whole entry requirements, whether it's undergraduate or postgraduate. Generally, they look into about 6.5. Some programs will require higher. Okay. Now, this just a quick glance in terms of tuition fee, yeah, for undergraduate. So it's depend on the program. These are the range, and this is for postgraduate, and also depend on the postgraduate courses that you are looking for. So this fee status actually is available within the program page itself, right? Undergraduate student as well as postgraduate student, they are scholarship available. Our scholarship is automatic, so student does not require to put in additional applications. Yeah, it's all based on the academic merits. So it's based on your results. Okay, so you have to receive an offer for the program that you used to study first before you can be checked and to be nominated for either undergraduate or postgraduate scholarship. Yeah, so there are various scholarships that you can actually check through. Yeah, or to actually refer back to IDP to ask for their advice. Okay. In general, students spend an average, I would say, between 800 to 1,000 pounds per month to cover their basic needs while studying at the university itself. Okay, accommodation and food, usually that's the main one. Okay. And undergraduate and postgraduate accommodation are guaranteed, especially for our first year student. So usually the fee that you pay is covered utilities, yeah, insurance, Wi-Fi, and also cover the off-peak gym memberships. So we can actually use the gym during the off-peak periods. Okay, and all these accommodation is actually walking distance. It only take you about I would say 15 to 20 minutes max to actually walk to the campus itself. Okay. Student life, there are plenty of club and society, more than 250 club and society that you can actually join. Name it, whether it's academic, non-academic, yeah, food lovers, yeah, or they have all these kind of club or interest groups that you can actually seek and find something that you are comfortable with. Okay, although it's not compulsory, but we do encourage students to join to enrich your social life. Okay, oops. Okay, so these are more or less to sum up my presentation. I'll open up the session for the Q&A. Yeah, I will just stop share first. I think there are some questions.
Yep, there are some questions in the Q&A.
Yeah, because I can't see any student, but there are some questions being popped up. Okay, let's try for the first one. What are the entry requirements for business finance through Singapore A-level? So in general, basically, business program usually is 2A and 1B, but finance or accounting related, usually they require slightly higher, like 3A. So meaning that they will check through, usually they may need H2 subject. For those that keen to do finance or maths, usually mathematics will be one of the major subject they will require. Yeah, you can actually find that details on the university, the web page itself. So they put there. Or you can go into the country page under Singapore. We actually post some sort of references for you to find to match Singapore standard to the A-level, for example. Okay. Then business like 2A, 1B, usually they look into like humanities subjects mostly. Some they require like more specific like economic, those kind of things. So you can actually check from the individual program page as well. Right. I hope they answer the question so far. Then second one, what is the annual tuition fee? Okay, I think you saw my earlier slide over there. So the fee ranges from, depend on the programs, yeah. Of course, the highest fee will be for clinical programs, yeah. Whereas from the College of Art, usually is about £20,000. Those that do science and engineering usually close to about 23,900 or close to £24,000 per year. So if you're able to actually secure the scholarship, then the undergraduate scholarship is on the yearly basis, meaning that the total is about 28,000, but they split into 4 years. So every year they deduct about 7,000 from your tuition fee. So if you are yet to graduate, I'll encourage you to try to do well in your A-levels, okay, or IB, for example. Then let's see, what is the average food and accommodation? Okay, food, students spend about £180 to 200 plus, depending. Yeah, but it's more than sufficient actually for a lot of them. Okay, accommodation range from 400 plus to 500 plus, depending on the type and location itself that you choose. Okay, then entry requirement for foundation for program. Okay, for the foundation program, I will suggest that you talk to the Glasgow International College person, which is from Kaplan, because they will have a more detailed information in terms of fee and the processes. So go back to IDP. They will refer you to the reps. Okay, part-time working option for students. Okay. You're allowed to work 20 hours during your academic period, but I think you can actually work almost full time during holidays. The best is actually we encourage students to seek advice from our career team, which is based at the university. So they have also the information, guidance, and also advices for students that wish to seek temporary jobs or to seek full-time jobs. Yeah. So this kind of advice is best for you to be there and then get their advice because it's up to date. Okay. I hope I answered most of the questions.
I think we have one more question in the chat. So student actually asked, do we have to take external tests such as TOEFL, or is our A-level result sufficient?
Okay, from Singapore for undergraduate students, we recognize Singapore GCSE O-level English. So meaning that when you do your application, please submit both your A-level plus your O-level results for the university consideration. But if you are applying for clinical program, that's case by case, because clinical program usually require higher English. So you have to let the admission do the assessment. If required, then they will advise you to do IELTS. But if you are an international student based in Singapore, we also recognize IGCSE English. So from Singapore, slightly unique in the sense, depend on whether you're coming from international stream or from the JC stream, for examples, right? Government stream. Just double check with the university, then we will be able to advise you. Yeah.
All right. Thank you, Ms. Lisa, for today, for the insightful sharing on Scotland, Glasgow. Yep. Students, if you have any more questions, you can feel free to ask. Otherwise, you can also head to lounge and then look for University of Glasgow. Miss Lisa would be in there. Yeah, if you have any more further questions, you can look for her. Otherwise, you also can look for our counselors to assist you.
Thank you, everyone.
So much.
Take care. If you wish to chat with me, just go to the Glasgow lounge. I'll be there.
Yep. Thank you. Have a good day, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.